LeBron James to his former teammate Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game because he's so potent offensively that not only can he score at will, but he keeps everybody involved. And you have to be on your P's and Q's on defense because no guy on the basketball court is not a threat to score when LeBron James is out there. But not only that, LeBron James will dominate the game from the offensive end as well, but he's also doing it on the defensive end, which is really make him a complete package.
What do you think of what Scottie had to say?
Blasphemous, asinine, stupid, foolish, ridiculous. I'm almost speechless that he, of all people, would say this. I understand the greatness of LeBron James, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from LeBron James. I hope he wins the championship because he's taking undeserved heat. He's a big-time player. He could go down as one of the greatest ever. There's no denying that. But as Michael Jordan told me to my face years ago, let him get one ring at least before we have these kind of comparisons. So when you sit there and you do it and you make these kind of comparisons, it is one thing for me to do it. It is one thing for Skip Bayless or somebody else to do it. But for Scottie Pippen, the very person, I mean, he has 6 rings because of Michael Jordan. I understand there's a lot of stuff that's been thrown out there. Well, Scottie Pippen might be a bit sensitive. Well, you know what? Scottie Pippen felt he deserved more shine than what he got when he was there with MJ. It could be a plethora of reasons. I get all of that. The reality is simple. How dare you say something like this about the very man responsible for you having 6 rings and for you ultimately being viewed as one of the greatest 50 players of all time. And Scottie Pippen is great, and he deserves it, and he's a great guy. But even the greatest amongst us says some of the most ignorant and senseless things from time to time. And clearly, this is one of those times.
And clearly, even given some time to reflect, Scottie Pippen isn't exactly backing away from the statement for elevating LBJ above Jordan. He responded to some of the backlash. You just heard yours. Some others have been out there on Twitter. Here's what Scottie said. He said, for all of you that don't know, I played the game. You keep watching and cheering.
Well, Scottie Pippen, I have news for you. So does that mean that, you know what, you're playing now? I'm sorry, I know you played the game before, but this is an analyst chair. And the fact is, you weren't playing, you gave analysis. And we are entitled and licensed to tell you when you make no sense whatsoever. The fact is simple. We understand the greatness of LeBron James, but Scottie Pippen himself has told us in the past, it's not about all the nuances of the game. At the end of the day, it is about winning. Scottie Pippen wants you to look at his 6 rings. Well, guess what? That means you have to look at Michael Jordan's 6 rings. And if you have to look at his 6 rings and Michael Jordan's 6 rings, then you get to look at LeBron James' 10 fingers. And last time I checked, it ain't a single ring on one of his fingers. I hope he gets it because he's a beautiful person and he deserves it. He really, really does. But he doesn't have it yet. So, Scottie Pippen, which one is it? Is it winning that matters, or does it not all of a sudden? Last time I checked, I've spoken to Scottie Pippen on many occasions. He said it was about winning. Does it sound like that's how he feels today? What, did we have a change of heart all of a sudden because your Chicago Bulls got bounced out last night? No. Just a thought.
Could be. The other axiom that you can often live by in these situations, whenever somebody resorts to, when did you play? They lose the argument. Yeah, Scottie might have lost that.
How about that?
Maybe so. Stephen A. Smith with the take on the Heat, Scottie, and MJ, and LeBron.